feeling blue? Let's talk about it. Apparently, the third Monday in January is the day when we're most likely to feel, do you know what? Fed up. Sod this. I am fed up. I wonder why. Well, the mornings are dark. You spend 5 minutes scraping the ice off your car early morning. Oh, boy, it is all a bit blue. Let's go now to someone who can help us. Nick Driscoll is in the studio. Welcome, Nick.
Good morning, how are you?
Well, I'm fine. I never, just if you get a little bit closer to the microphone.
Of course, yeah.
No, I never really feel that blue. And maybe I'm fortunate, but a lot of people will be feeling, I tell you what, miserable, won't they? And today's the day for some reason. Yeah,
it's there's a guy called Phil Arnold. He did a study understanding that the third Monday of January is the longest day of the period before next Christmas. Your bills come in, people start to feel a bit low. You've had your Christmas cheer, you've had lots of excitement, you've had lots of time off work, and then all of a sudden normality sets back in.
Yeah, I would have thought that it would be the first Monday in January. Never mind the third Monday in January.
I think the main point being that on the 3rd January your credit card bill arrives.
I see.
I think that's the main point. Yeah.
And what's your story then? Because I know that you have a personal story to your depression.
Yeah, I found a gifted life, but going back 7 or 8 years ago, I was attacked and I suffered brain damage.
What happened?
To my frontal and temporal lobes. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really remember, actually.
Really? It was so violent you can't remember?
Well, what I understand was I was punched, but I hit my head on the concrete.
Do you know, you're lucky to be alive. The amount of people who lose their lives by smacking their head on a pavement after being punched on the nose.
I feel very lucky. I feel very, very lucky.
Do you remember anything that led up to you being assaulted?
No, nothing at all.
And the cops couldn't put 2 and 2 together to tell you?
Unfortunately not.
How about that? That's amazing. So you smacked your head.
Yeah.
Ended up in hospital.
Yes. Yeah.
And then what happened?
Ended up in hospital for approximately a week. And then took me about a year to understand what was going on. Didn't really know there was something wrong. And after the year, I started to get treatment from West Park Rehabilitation Hospital.
Because you spiralled into a deep depression, which stemmed from this attack and how it left you mentally scarred after that.
It's one of the most common symptoms of brain injury.
It's depression.
Yeah, depression as well as anxiety, as well as post-traumatic stress disorder. There's lots associated with it that's difficult to understand, really.
Yeah, how did you cope with your depression? Because I can imagine you'd be very angry with whoever assaulted you. You shouldn't be depressed. There's the fact that someone punched you.
Yeah, it's difficult. I think when depression takes hold of someone, the basic element of depression is it's normally a catalyst event in your life or a loss. Those types of things can create depression. With brain injury specifically, when you lose your identity, you start to mourn the person you used to be because you're now a completely different person because of the way your brain works. So that's where my depression kicked in. So coping with that depression was difficult to begin with until I found meditation, actually.
You meditate? I've always thought that I was just like a bee in a jar, you know, buzzing around, banging against the glass. Impossible. I'm just too hyperactive to meditate.
See, if you think that way, then you will be. Yeah? We achieve what we believe in life. So what I mean by that is meditation is a wonderful technique. You've trained your brain to work exactly how it does today. It's possible to retrain it to relax for 2 times 20 minutes every day, and that's meditation.
And that helped you with your depression?
Of course, yeah. There's a website called www.tm.org, which is the Maharishi Foundation for Transcendental Meditation. There's lots of wealth of information on the website, especially focused on depression and how it will relieve the symptoms of depression.
So you didn't go down the pharmaceutical answer to this?
No. Mainly for me, because of where my brain is damaged, I can't take antidepressants, for example, because where it's damaged, it makes things worse. So I had to find complete alternative ways.
Which is meditation. So
yeah,
how often do you meditate?
Twice a day. And
give us an example of how you meditate. You obviously got to find a quiet spot in the day, and you just watch you to close the curtains, turn the phone off?
Not necessarily. After lots of practice, I've even done it in a park, on a bench, as you do. A few strange, funny looks, I must admit, but I was meditating in a park. But generally, when you begin, finding a quiet place, maybe sat on your bed or sat on a comfortable armchair, You would just close your eyes, begin to breathe deeply and relax, and you say a mantra inside your head. Specific words.
What's yours?
That I teach. My mantra, I can't share.
Okay, so that's personal to you.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just reading down here, Nick. We can look at, is it giftedlife.co.uk?
Yeah, gifted-life.co.uk. What I've because of the Blue Monday and my desire to help people, I've created a page. So it's gifted-life.co.uk/depression. And on there is lots of information about depression and some tools, a guided meditation audio.
Yeah.
As well as a booklet from Mind describing all the different things associated with depression. And there's also a self-diagnosis tool to help people who are not quite sure. Okay, well, we'll check it out. Best of luck. You look fighting fit as well. I feel fighting fit.
In the best of health. And thanks for coming in. And nice to hear your story as well.
And thanks for having me.
Thank you. Now then, Caroline...
Paying for your teeth. Do you?
Paying for my teeth?
Yeah.
As in dental surgery, things like that?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
NHS, you got to contribute a few